Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. I'm trying something different today, and I don't think it's going to work. Oh yeah, there's the button. Okay, so I'm just going to say hi from me and my face. I don't often do my face on these Facebook Lives, but today we are. So welcome to my craft room, and we're going to create a really cute card using the pineapple image from Timeless Tropical. So I'm going to flip you around, stick you on my stand, and we'll get stamping. And I hope you don't get too seasick while I do this setup. There we are. Get my light a little bit closer here. All right, so here's the card we're going to do today. It uses the Timeless Tropical bundle, and I'll just have the recipe there for you while I check and make sure that I'm oriented properly and everything is going well before I start to stamp, because sometimes it doesn't. Okay. Sure that I'm oriented properly and everything's going well before. Look, just turn the sound off. Great. Okay, so welcome. And we're going to do a little die cutting, and I'm going to show you how to get some texture on these images. So the Timeless Tropical bundle consists of the Timeless Tropical stamp set and the Coordinating in the Tropics dies. Now I already have some of them out, so this one doesn't go, but these are the dies you get with the bundle. These are the dies I'm going to use today, that's why they're out. So it's not always all about flowers. This is a really versatile bundle because it has other things in it. So we're going to use that. We're excuse me, also using the Happy Birthday from Timeless Tulips, the Coastal Weave embossing folder for the background, and a stitch circle that you'll find out why we need that in a bit. Okay. So I did this twice, this card. My latest one was at my seniors group, but I also did it on the weekend in Powell River when we got together over there to do some stamping. Okay, card kit consists of the thick Whisper White card base, a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece for the inside. So I'm just going to pop that in there. Then a 5 1/4 inch piece of pineapple punch, and we're going to die cut the flowers out of that first and the circle. And then this is a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and we're going to stamp this floral image around the outside. This is garden green, and we're going to cut a couple of the pineapple topper things. This one goes in behind the embossed layer, but we need to die cut out the pineapple base first before we do that. And then this is the one that's going to get embossed. Then everything will get popped up. So we'll add some flowers, some bling, and carry on. Oh, and this is for your sentiment. Okay. I'm going to step 1. I'm going to start from this layer and work my way up, because that way I know that I'm not going to forget any of the steps. So this is Pineapple Punch. And on the card, Pineapple Punch is used in behind the pineapple base and for the flowers. So there is no pineapple base. Oops. There is no pineapple base in this set of dies, but we can create one. That's what the circle is all about, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to need one circle and one set of flowers, and we're just going to cut them out of the center-ish of this piece. Just make sure you don't get too close to the edge, or you're going to end up not being able to use that as part of your layers for your card. Okay, just running it through my machine here. And pop that out of the die. Pop the flowers out. Now these have removable centers, And you can either use them with the center in or the center out. It doesn't matter, because we're going to put pearls in there. So if you want to use it with your center in, I've got a little trick for you. I'll find my scissors here. There we go. So with the center still in it, just flip your flower over. Come on, flip over. And I'm going to take, this is a piece of Terran tape that still has the liner on it. And just put it over top. That will hold your center piece in place. Now these ones are really tiny, so I'm just going to take a piece and then cut that piece in half so I can just put it in behind. So this just allows your center to stay where it's supposed to be. And we're going to put adhesive on the back of that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to put those off to the side somewhere that I'm not going to lose them, which I do quite often. Okay, so now that layer is ready to put onto your card base, but we'll get the rest of it ready to go. This one, we're going to stamp the floral image, or you could stamp the pineapple image all the way around the outside. It's completely up to you which one you want to use. I kind of like the floral image around and behind there, but then I'm a floral person. And if you wanted this to be not flowery, pineapple works. So how about if we do that? I'm just getting my messy paper here. How about if we do that? We'll change it up a bit. We'll stick the pineapple around the outside. And I'm just going to go down. And this one I'm going to start from down and work up. And do a couple on the ends. There we go. So that layer is now ready to go. I'm going to just pop that right on top of my pineapple punch piece right now, because we can do that. So we're getting ready for our annual camping trip. It's, let's see what day we are on, Thursday, so like, oh my goodness gracious. See, that'd be Friday. Like 2.5 weeks away. Where did that time go? So the trailer cover is off. I went in and made sure I didn't have to do a lot of major cleaning in there. And now I'm starting to collect stuff, because we empty all of the food out and we take all of the bedding and everything out of it for the winter. So of course in the spring all that has to go back in again, but that's okay. So we're going to Tofino, which is on the west coast of Vancouver Island, where I live in British Columbia, Canada. It's called the Pacific Rim, and the Wild Wet Coast, because it's usually wet there. But we don't care. We go during spring break every year. I think this is year like number 7 or something, maybe 7, 8. I'm not sure. Anyways, we always have a good time. We camp on a campground that's right by the ocean. And funnily enough, it's the same campground that my hubby and I spent our honeymoon in a few years ago. Okay, I just ran out of Terran tape on my roller. So now I have to go and get another roll. Sorry, I didn't realize I was that low. Guess I better order some more. My last roll in my stash of Terran tape. Little presto changeo. Oh, hi Laura, hi Jean, hi Lena. Thanks for joining me this morning. Okay, we're back in business here. If I find the end of the tape, we will be. Well, here we go. Yeah, so we're looking forward to our camping again this year. I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry. Oh, pardon me. And while we're out there, they're having Whale Fest in Tofino and Ucluelet. So there'll be a bunch of different activities that we can do. And one of them, it's going to be hilarious to go watch. It's firemen, different fire departments from the area, which include where I live in Port Alberni, plus the ones out on the west coast. The volunteer and the regular fire departments are having I don't know what you would call it, a water ball game or a hose ball game. I don't know. They use fire hoses to keep a ball in the air. It is going to be so funny to watch. Uh-oh. I was doing so good. And then it disappeared. Yeah, so that's happening while we're out there. And then, of course, it's the whales migrate from California, where they spend the winter, up to Tofino during that time of the year. So that's going to be fun. We always go down to, it's called Amphitrite Point in Ucluelet. Every year we go down there and walk the Wild Wet Coast Trail, as well as whale watching. Okay, so I'm cutting out the frond, one of the fronds. I need to cut out two, and the base for the pineapple. Now the base for the pineapple I'm cutting out of this layer here. And I'm just going to put those through the die cutting machine right away. Now the green one, I'm not worried about where it sits on the cardstock, because I'm not using that cardstock after we cut out the tops. But I really have to pay attention to where I had the pineapple, because I need that for layering. Okay, now we'll just pop this one out with my handy dandy tool. Cut another one. So the tool I used is called Take Your Pick tool. And it's called that because you take your pick of what end you want to put on it. So let me show you. I just have to move my light a little bit. It comes with this on one end. And this has, you know, that blue stuff we used to use on our walls to hang pictures? That's what's on, kind of what's on the end of that, and it picks things up. So if you're doing embellishments or rhinestone or sequins or something, this is really good. Or you've got finicky little pieces that you want to put in. So if I wanted to die cut this out of pineapple punch as well as crushed curry, and then stick all the little pieces in there instead of just putting a piece in the background. So if I take all the pieces out of here and then cut it again and put all the yellow pieces back in, this would be perfect for that, because you can pick them up and you can put them in where they need to be. So that's what the Take Your Pick tool. So on this end there's a pokey tool, and there's a flat spatula type one that's really good for embellishments and stuff like rhinestones and pearls. It also comes with the stylus end. So you have a thinner stylus, smaller bulbed nosed stylus on one end, and that's for cardstock. And then this bigger one is for designer paper, because it's easy when you're scoring designer paper to cut through the paper. So the bigger head gives you an opportunity to not do that and not ruin your designer paper. So I keep these all handy, but I always keep my Take Your Pick tool with this optional end called the die brush, and it comes with foam sheets. Hang on, let me get one. So it comes with a foam sheet. No, actually I think it comes with 2 foam sheets. Okay, I'm just clearing things here. Get rid of the ugly paper because we're done with it. Okay, so before you take your cardstock out of the die, it fits in there just like that. If you hold it on your foam mat and run over top of it with the brush end on your take your pick tool, then it takes out almost all of those little pieces that are so annoying. And then you just use the pointy end to pop the rest of them out. This is one of the tools that I keep front and center on my craft table so that when I need it, it's right there. Okay, some of these are being a little ornate. Okay, that's the wrong word. Ornery today. Come on. There we are. So that's all poked out. So I'm just going to move that off to the side because I don't need it. And then this is the other pineapple top that I die cut. We need that. We'll get rid of these. Okay, so let's do some more creating. Oh, this one I have to run through yet with the Coastal Weave embossing folder. And you can put this in here and do it 2 ways because the cardstock is small enough. You can put your waves this way, or you can put your waves Oh, morning, Jean. Thanks, Lena. Yeah, it's really handy to have. I like my dispensers. So you could have your wave going that way. Either way is fine. Completely up to you. All right. So this is one of the new style ones, the Stampin' Up ones, and they're thinner than our what dynamic ones used to be. So you need this specialized blue embossing folder plate to make up for the difference in the thickness. So when Stampin' Up comes out with their new die cutting machine sometime in June, I'm assuming that the thickness is all a relative thing, but you will need the blue plate if you want to use the new style embossing folders in your die cutting machine. Oops, piece too long. It's okay. So I'm putting some tear and tape on the back of the embossed white cardstock so that I can put it onto my crushed curry layer. Okay, I was just reading comments to see if there's been any questions. Don't forget you can ask questions. If I don't see them during my live, I will definitely go back and answer them afterwards. Yeah, so Tofino coming soon. Last year we had 1 day of rain, which is so totally bizarre for Tofino. Usually we get rain every day, and sometimes the rain is so hard that we can't go outside. But most of the time, even though it's raining, we go anyways, because it's Tofino, and if you wait for sunshine, you would be waiting a very long time. Except last year, which was a complete anomaly for the weather. But now, this year they put Whale Fest back on. The weather was so nice last year that people are thinking, well, maybe it's like that all the time and I'm going to go again. Yeah, it's not, and they shouldn't, because we had a really hard time getting a camping spot. We have the one special one that we like to use, and we've been going there for about 9 years now, because we did it. We used to stay there before we started camping with the grandchildren. So I don't understand how they can rent out our spot without checking with us first, right? Anyways, I'm pretending it's Facebook and I'm scrolling on by. I'm not going there. I'm not going to let people see how upset I am. Okay, I'm really upset. Because I like my spot there. And I think they should have emailed us and checked, see if we were going out this year before they rented it out to somebody else. Okay, so I'm just putting some little tiny Tombow dots on the back of my pineapple base. And then I'm just going to let it sit for a minute till they start to go clear. And then I'll show you what we use this for. Okay, I'm going to stamp the inside. Let's stamp the inside. We can do that while we're waiting. And the inside is, oops, that's not the one. This is the inside. So now the pineapples are stamped in a different color. This is crushed curry. So I have to clean my stamp first. So this is my Simply Chamois. Okay, I'm going to remove my pineapple base out of the way because I know I'm going to end up getting something in that glue. So this is the Simply Chamois. And I've had a lot of questions about, doesn't it go moldy? Because we live in a really damp climate here on Vancouver Island. And lots of things go moldy. But for some reason, I don't know what they made this out of, but it's never gone moldy. And I've used the same one for ever since before it was in the catalog, because I got one when I went away to one of the Stampin' Up events. I was lucky to bring one home. So it's been a long time and it's not moldy. You saw that it stains. It goes black, but that's okay. Black is fine. It doesn't hurt the performance. And all you do is just rinse it out with a bit of water and keep it wet. And then I keep it in one of our Clearmount stamp cases. And it stays wet for weeks at a time. All right, so I'm just going to go around the outside of the inside with some Pineapple Punch ink. I know, I'm sponging. Doesn't happen a lot. Sometimes I just have to let it go. Okay, so there's the inside piece. Close that now. Oh, we don't need that color anymore. Now I'm going to take the crushed curry. Uh-oh. That was dumb. I needed to stamp on that pineapple base first. So that means once those little glue dots are dry, I'm going to have to pull out my, what's it called? Silicone mat, so I can stamp on them. Okay, so I'm just going to use the leaf stamp from the same stamp set and the Garden Green ink and just do some stamping. This just gives it a little bit of texture, and so you don't have to like emboss it or something. So just randomly stamp over the whole thing. You can't tell it's a leaf stamp, and you can stamp it really quickly. There we go. So that's done. Close my Garden Green. Oh, sorry, it's not Garden Green. It's Call Me Clover. Hello. You'd think I knew this stuff. Anyways, so there's the fronds, and they kind of fit together. Just going to put a little bit of tape on the back of one, so I can put them together, ready to put on the card. So just kind of offset them a bit and put them together. You can use just one. I just decided I needed to use more than one. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Wink of Stella just on the very edges, just to give it a little bit of vavoom. You know, that bling that I love so much. Oh, you're not going to see that one. Okay. Now we have to deal with the pineapple and the fact that I forgot to stamp it first. So, reaching for silicone mat. Put this upside down on the mat. The crushed curry and the pineapple image. And just stamp on it. Now, you don't see it a lot. It's very subtle, but it gives it awesome texture, don't you think? Okay, so now we get out this pineapple punch circle that I made, and this goes right on top of it like that. Now, take your scissors and just cut around. See, I'm kind of cutting underneath by holding my scissors sideways a bit, but you don't want to go too far underneath or you'll end up with a hole in your pineapple. You could just follow along exactly if you want. That works too. I just find this is a little bit quicker and I don't need the detail on my image. See, it doesn't take long to cut this out. However, yesterday I forgot that circle die. So it was a little bit challenging getting the background on the pineapple. And I'm far enough away that if I whip home and get it, I'll get back and there'll be 10 minutes left. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Going gravelly again. Okay, put some adhesive on the back of the pineapple. And then we'll put it on our card. Now I put them so the pokey things are up, because that's what I choose to do. Now, am I going to be able to... Okay, I need to slide my topper in there too. Put a little bit of adhesive on the back. And when you're using tear and tape, you don't have to use a lot because it holds really well. It holds so well that I can't slide my topper down where I want it. So hang on, I'm just going to do a little tearing here. Should have put that on first. Remember way back at the beginning I said there's certain steps that you need to do before you start putting things together? Well, apparently I should have done them. Okay, so now this whole panel is popped up on top of your stamped white one. Okay, get rid of this, don't need it anymore. So we're going to just pop on some dimensionals. And a couple in the center. That's it for the big ones. I'm going to put some little ones on. These are the same thickness. They're just smaller in size. And you can use just the big ones or just the little ones, but I just happen to have them both really handy here, so I'm using both of them. Push them on, make sure they don't come off. And remember the trick I told you about a while ago for using your, take your pick tool to remove the liners? Look at this. So it's really good for those of you that have the acrylic nails. Yeah, okay, come on, you're supposed to come up. Because this does all that work for you. Just pops off. If you angle it correctly, it pops off. See how easy that is? One more. Just in under the liner and lift up. So another use for your take your pick tool. Oh, I missed one. All right, so there's our pineapple. So does everybody know the SpongeBob song? I won't sing it because you'll probably hang up on me. But it goes, who lives in a pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants. Do-do-do-do-do, and square and rectangle and porous is he. Okay, it's not square and rectangle. I think it's square and porous is he. Yellow and square and porous is he. Yes. I know. My life. Okay, so now we're going to put our flowers on. And I'm going to put 2 down here in the corner. And I'm going to put 1 up here. Now this one already has adhesive on the back because remember we use that piece to hold the center in. So now I don't have to put any more adhesive on it because it's already on there. And this one, I didn't put quite as big a piece on there as I should have, so I'm just going to, oh, let's just use a bit of Tombow. Use some Tombow on it, just on half of it. My scissors to use as my tweezers because they're not here. And then this one I'm going to put a little tiny piece of a dimensional on there. So I'm just, oh, let's use this one because they're narrower. And maybe I can get just a little, see, you need a really itty bitty teeny tiny piece. See, I'm taking it off with my scissors. That way, first of all, I won't lose it, and second of all, I can put it where I want. And it won't stick to this liner on the back of the flower where we put the tear and tape, because that is, the backing is designed not to stick to anything, which makes sense. Okay, I'll put the little one just on top there, like that. Now we can put the inside piece in. So after this, I'll show you in the catalog where the Take Your Pick tool is so you can find it. There's my host code from now until, for another week and a bit, 5th of March I think it goes until. But if you would like me to place an order for you, just let me know. Email is right there. That out of the way. There's my email address. Pop me an email, give me a call, send me a message. I'm around most of today. Okay, putting the inside in. I also want to show you a couple of meerkat cards. There's always so much I want to share with everybody during celebration that sometimes some of these awesome stamp sets get lost. There we go. Now, these are metallic pearls. I've got a couple of them floating around in there apparently. So let's use those ones. Now, because they're floating around, that means the adhesive is not on them anymore. So I'm just going to put a little tiny dot of Tombow. So what happens is if you don't use your pokey tool or your scissors to dig down underneath, it leaves the adhesive behind on the sheet. But then you just use your Tombow and you're good to go. Oops, that's not in the center. Here it is. Yeah, apparently there's quite a few in here. Good thing I'm using them. Okay, and one more. Where are you? Come on. And see, they stick with a little bit of Tombow persuasion. All right, only thing left is the sentiment. And we have, need to find my Memento ink. When you store your Memento ink, store it upside down. Don't have it this way because all of your ink pads should be stored upside down. It keeps the ink on the top of your pad. Now Stampin' Up ones are different because you can store them top up, because when they go in they flip over, so they're always stored upside down. But this is a Sukaniko ink, and it doesn't. You have to physically put it upside down. Okay, so when you're stamping this, let's get that out of the way. Stamp it over this way because we want to flag the end. Can't see. Hope my head's not in the way. There we are. Not bad at all. And scissors. I'm just going to cut a bit off because I don't want it to be quite that long. Then you cut in the center like this, down as far as you want your flag to go, and then go in from point to point. Like that. And then as long as you've got that initial cut in the center, you'll have equal tabs on each side. Dimensionals. Now I'm not going to put one on this edge because it's going to be up over top of oh, apparently I did it there, but I'm not going to on this one because it's going to be over top of the pineapple, and I might want to there. How about if we put it out even further? See how cool that is? We can go outside the box. We can. Okay, one happy birthday going on. There we go. Now, if I wanted, I could stick a double one. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll take one dimensional, layer it on top of a second dimensional, use the scissors and take the liner off, and then we can just pop it underneath here like that. So now nothing could catch that and make it rip off. There we are. So I just had an idea because, oops, we have these awesome trinkets, tropical trinkets. Don't you love my box where I keep all of the embellishments and stuff? It's the wide clear mount case. Okay, they've got these cute little pineapples in here. Excuse me. So there's a flower, a leaf, a pineapple, and a guitar. And you get, let's see, 24. So you get 6 of each one in a package. So I think we should use the pineapple on this card. And you know what? I'm sorry, Powell River ladies and Sunshine Club ladies. I should have thought of this before. Where shall we put it? Where shall we put it? Right there. Right there. Oh, that's where it needs to go. Okay, let's just take this pearl off. There. Is that cool? Okay, I need a glue dot. One glue dot coming up. Now to use your glue dots, I've showed you this trick many times. Put a piece of ribbon or something around your the tape part of the glue dots, and then when you need one, then you just do this and it moves, and then when you're done, then you slide it back here and it stops them all from unrolling. And when you put glue dots on things, sometimes it's better to put them right onto the item instead of onto the card and then put the item on the card. Okay, scissors, because I need to use them as tweezers to tell me where I want to put that. Okay, it's going right there. If I can get it off my scissors. I know, I'm OCD. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I love those little things. I guess I should have remembered I had them before I did my 2 classes on this. Okay, the only thing I did not do was an envelope. Hang on, I'll grab one. And we'll have a couple of pineapples on our envelope. Because there's nothing worse than a naked envelope. Unless it's the naked insides of a card. There we are. It only takes a couple of seconds. And we're done. Okay, so there's the original card without the pineapple embellishment, and here's the one with the pineapple embellishment. What do you think? With or without the embellishment? Okay, I'm just reading. Thanks, Lena. Oh, Laura, I'm glad you enjoy my tips. Sometimes I just start nattering and, yeah, don't know when to shut up. But that's okay. It's really weird because usually in a social situation, I don't talk at all. But now, I'm not in a social situation. I'm in my craft room, and this is my happy place and where I'm most comfortable. Okay, take your pick tool time. So in the back of your catalog, there is an accessories index. So all of this stuff is not there. That's just inside mine because that's information. Okay, so on the accessories index, you go take your pick tool and it tells you page 189. So we'll just pop on over to page 189 and there's the take your pick tool. $14, and this is the one, it comes with an extra one of those pickup ends. You get 2 of these. There's the pokey or the stylus end. This is the pokey tool and the spatula end, and then the die brush and foam mat are separate. You can also order putty, oh, they're called putties, putty refills when you run out of the picking up putty stuff. There you go. Now, I wanted to show you some meerkat cards. That's not meerkat. Okay, so when I went to Powell River, we did this card. And we also did this cute meerkat card. And then we did one other one. And I don't remember what it was. But anyways, it was a cute card. So this one is from Jackie Aitken. And I copied her because it is just so cute. There's lots of layers on this one. It's not hard to do. But it's one of those ones where you have to do a lot of die cutting. Isn't that cute? Okay. Then, this one I received in a swap from Lisa Henderson, another talented demonstrator. And I love how she used a fun fold along with this. So when it's closed, you don't even know that there's a tag under there to do all your writing. And you open it up and there's the tag where you can do the congratulations or happy birthday. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then this is the Golden Honey designer paper. That's free during celebration, and the meerkats is also free during celebration. A little bit of coloring and you're done. And this one I absolutely adore. This one is another one of Jackie Aitken's, and look at this. And it's done on shimmery white cardstock. So when you hold it up to the light, it's got this sheen to it. Look at that. So what you do, let me get my meerkats out here. The gang's all mere. Oh. Okay, so you take this image and stamp it. Well, first of all, you have to do your background. So you put a 1-inch punch circle piece of Post-it note in the center. Then you sponge pineapple punch. Let me get the colors right for you. Okay, pineapple punch, then grapefruit grove, then melon mambo around on your background. And then you remove the Post-it note. So this is the mask I used, and it went on here. And I did all of that sponging. Then you remove your mask, and it leaves that white in the center. Then you stamp this image over top of it. Then draw lines there with your black marker. So this is the black marker, and you can buy these individually in the catalog. You don't have to buy them in a family or a big package, just the black ones. And then you just fill it in with the marker along the ground and where the meerkats are. Stamp a couple of trees and you're done. Look at that, how fun. I love the colors that Jackie has used on her cards. And I love the fun fold that Lisa shared with us. Look at that. So, meerkats only available for another few weeks during celebration, and then they're gone. Okay, I think I've bored you enough for now. And okay, I don't see any questions, but if you have questions, just stick them in the comments and I'll go back and answer them for you. I hope you have a wonderful day and get to be crafty in your craft room too. Thanks for joining me. Stamping smiles, and bye for now.